In the world of strongman, we've been able to witness some incredible events, such as the iconic Atlas stones, truck pulls, and huge deadlifts. But what about the events we should forget about? Let's dive into 10 strongman events we wish we could forget.
I have been so excited to make this video, you do not understand. I've really been looking forward to this.
Some of these events should definitely be forgotten about, but some of them are very memorable for maybe the wrong reasons.
Yeah, so probably something went wrong, or maybe it shouldn't have existed as an event, but it doesn't mean it didn't bring us a huge amount of enjoyment at the time.
I think as a fan it can be quite enjoyable, sometimes as a competitor less so.
Yeah, especially when there's a lot on the line.
So Pure Strength was absolutely epic for some crazy events.
Pure Strength was insane. Now this event was probably, it's not the most known event from Pure Strength, but definitely the bizarrest.
It's one that's worth seeing for sure.
Yeah, I think it was called Excalibur, and the strongmen, they had to duck walk these big sort of walking stones through this courtyard, then, because it was a team event, wasn't it?
Yes.
Then the other strongmen are coming up behind them with these ice blocks with swords in them. So then they have to smash the ice, releasing the sword, and then use the sword to untether the golden eagle.
This is like historic strongman, isn't it?
It's a knockout. I don't know about historic strongman.
Yeah.
It's more like it's a knockout.
So you can see here we've got our two first athletes up. It's basically duck walking this huge walking stone, very, very big stone between their legs. Not the easiest thing to carry about. And straight away they're having to kind of drop it and drag it.
It's like a power stair without the stairs. Oh no, there you go.
Oh,
look.
there you go.
Look,
Kaz is going.
But it's when the ice comes out that the disasters really start. Like, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking.
Look at this. The guy falls, the ice smashes. No one thought this through.
This, though, is cinematic, like, art.
This.
Look at the ice
going
shrapnel.
absolutely everywhere. It's like Mark Higgins kind of trying to pull it to the side. Someone's flying over the
bird.
Kaz is flying all over the place with his sword.
Look, the ice.
The ice dropping on him. It's even more epic the more times you watch this. And there goes the eagle.
There goes the eagle.
Is it an
Brava! It's a golden eagle by all accounts.
Wow.
Amazing. A victorious Kaz wields his sword.
Looking beastly as ever.
Who gave Kaz a sword?
That was a dangerous thing to do. But yeah, that is a... I mean, it was fun to watch, but my God, who came up with that event?
Oh, I don't know. Brilliant.
Could you imagine seeing that at a strongman competition now?
No, it would get way too heated. Imagine.
There'd be a lot of complaints.
There were. Yeah, didn't lock out his sword. This one is one that definitely we should forget.
I think it should be forgotten about. The final of World's Strongest Man 1990, the athletes had to carry 100 kilos on their back, some bricks, and it was for 200 metres, I believe.
It was a 200-metre sprint, essentially.
200-metre sprint with 100 kilos on their back.
Do you know what? I reckon I could do that.
I think you could.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be very fast.
No. Talking about the world's strongest man. We want to find out who is the strongest in the world. This is not the event for that.
No, this really was never the event for that.
Odie Wilson had a big lead going into the final here. And Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, as much as I love Jean-Paul, and he's an incredible strong man, one of the most entertaining guys around, I felt that this wasn't the event to decide who was the best that year. Odie had kind of smashed this competition. Jean-Paul, very fit, great athlete. Odie, almost 400 pounds, absolute monster of a man. Sprinting isn't his forte.
No, it really isn't. When you think this class of athlete is used to having 400 to 500 kilos on their back for 20 metres,
yes.
This was just so far removed from strongman as we know it today.
It was, in my opinion, and definitely an event that we don't want to see back.
Now this one, I know I drag it out quite a few times, but it belongs on so many lists and it really is worth the rewatch. So it's from the 1986 Hercules Cup, which, believe it or not, was a serious strongman competition with serious strength.
Here's our strength athlete here doing a serious sack race. Is he going to go onto the egg and spoon?
No, he's going to go onto the rope climb. So it reminds me very much of, like...
Tell you what, the rope climb would slow a few of the guys down these days.
The 1980s, 1990s PE classes in the UK.
Look at that.
All that's missing
That's quite
is
impressive. I'm impressed with this.
the apparatus, yeah.
I want to see the bigger guys go.
And then they go on to, I mean, I don't know the weight. I think it's like maybe 3 plates a side for the bench press.
About 140 kilos.
Yeah, maybe.
Easy.
Look at his ass.
We wouldn't pass in powerlifting, but this isn't powerlifting.
No, it's not powerlifting. He's thrusting that up.
6. How many's he got to do?
I think 10.
8?
Oh, was that 8 reps? There you go.
There you go. What's he got next? He's running somewhere.
He's running.
To the line.
It's done.
So, sack race, rope climb, bench press. Strongman PE class.
Strongman PE. There you go.
I don't think we need to see that again.
No, but
Look at him go.
I don't want to forget it either because it was iconic.
What have we got next, Auntie Liz?
So this was the trample. So, we see vehicle pulls in Strongman all the time. And this was the vehicle that they were using in the first couple of years of the World's Strongest Man. This competition is 1978. The issue with the trample is that no one was actually in control of the vehicle at all. So they really relied on these men walking alongside to decide when it was time to stop. So it was a fine balance between allowing it to pass the line and keeping the athletes safe. Now, with some of these slower pulls...
It's not such an issue.
It's not such an issue. But poor Don Reinhardt, now you'll see it in a second. When it was Don's turn to go, he got it going at such a pace, he nearly ran him over. Here's Don then. Slightly slow start, but once he gets going, he really gets going.
There we go. He's just using that body weight, starting to drive those big, powerful legs.
Go on, Don.
Go on, Don. Look at that. No one's in there.
Yeah. No one.
He's just marching along. Again, not the best technique in the world, but he's just powerful.
Doesn't matter.
And now look at him. He's picking up some speed.
Yeah.
Legs are probably getting a bit tired at this point.
And look,
down he goes. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
God,
oh
it
my!
was so close.
So they had to actually drag him along then to get him out of the way of that.
Yeah.
That was bad.
It was.
That could have been really dangerous.
It was dangerous. It could have been.
I mean, luckily he's okay.
Disaster,
he's a big tough dude, and he gets up and just brushes it off.
And you would think they would have learnt from 1977 when poor Franco Colombo, well, it was Franco, wasn't it? Got trapped under that fridge and snapped his knee. But no, health and safety. Never heard of it. Disclaimer here, this was something you put on the list, not me. I don't want to forget Murderball. I think Murderball was a work of art. I'm glad they don't do it anymore, but I quite miss the man-on-man type events.
Well, there's man on man, and then there's a big beach ball with some water in it, and you're trying to push your opponent, push the ball over the other opponent's side. This is very much reminding me of gladiators.
Yeah.
This would be great on holiday. So you're on holiday, just having a bit of a laugh with some other guys on the beach.
Yeah, I guess.
Brilliant. As a World's Strongest Man event, I'm not convinced. I like that they made the beach ball actually a globe.
Yeah. Can't say it was thoughtless. It is crap, really, I guess, isn't it?
You watch it back and you think, actually, it is really crap.
I think the worst thing about it is obviously, these guys put so many hours into the gym, they take their training so seriously.
Event comes up.
And then this could
and back then, they weren't told this was an event. They got there and this is like, we're doing this.
Sprung on them.
And some of them are just like, you're kidding.
I know. I can imagine the athletes meeting. Yeah. Can you imagine it in a more modern area?
Oh my goodness.
Like, Brian Shaw
reacting to this is the event. I would love to see that.
I would love to see his face. He would have been absolutely livid. I mean, he would have been good at it.
What have we got next?
Now, I know you absolutely love a car roll, don't you? A car flip.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. However, in 1998, I think they took it too far because they decided to do it on sand. Now, I'm not sure, I'm not going to say it was exactly the sand's fault, but I think it was a combination of the sand and the lack of some fail-safes that sort of led to poor Mark Philippi being squished under this car in the 1998 World's Strongest Man. So here's poor Mark Philippi. Here we go.
Up against Wout Zylstra.
Wout was a great athlete, wasn't he? Very entertaining.
Fast and explosive.
Yeah. And look, the only fail-safe is dude with barrel.
Yeah.
Or keg.
You can see the car going over. Car flip is a good event. I think visually it looks good.
Car flip's
just
really
you can
cool.
see how easy it's kind of like slipping on the ground, especially on the top end. But I think this is it where it goes.
Yeah.
It's coming up. Oh, can't see. You can just see that car comes back.
There you go. You can see it comes back. What you see is the position. Look at his leg. I mean, men that size aren't supposed to bend.
Why did you put this one in?
I don't know.
Not good to see. Luckily, Mark recovers from this, and
he does.
He's recently just been. He's got a new job working in the NFL.
Oh,
which
really?
is,
Oh, there you go
assistant
then.
strength coach of one of the top clubs. So
I wonder if
good
this
to
is a
see.
story he shares.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it's not.
I mean, what's next? I want something more light-hearted.
And that's exactly what I'm giving you. So this is the 1990 World's Strongest Man. Remember, we had the brick carry. Well, we also had...
Same comp.
Same material, essentially, because we also had the gravel shovel. Now, I do enjoy this event, watching it back.
You love a gravel shovel.
I love a gravel shovel. Love a builder, actually.
You love
a
handyman.
I like to see a man at work. Anyway,
a man with a shovel.
Well, you can see for the first couple of rounds, look at all of that lovely gravel. So they're shoveling it in, taking the baskets. They have to then load it up onto this trailer, which is essentially a scale, and they have to hit a certain weight. The problem is, even though obviously they were bringing the gravel back afterwards, the loaders, they started to run out of gravel. Yeah. So for the guys going later, gravel was much more sparse. Because look how much they're losing. It was all falling
on the floor.
It was in people's shoes.
Shoes.
Can you imagine?
Look at this.
Doing that now?
He's not even looking. He's half of it's going on the floor.
But yeah. All right, let's skip to some of the later groups. You'll see exactly what I mean.
It's OD.
It's OD. You see what I mean? There was definitely less gravel at this point.
Adrian.
Oh, poor Adrian. He thought, I know, I'll load them all up, but he knackers himself out. And he doesn't get them all loaded.
OD carrying that gravel in his wicker basket.
I know. I mean, this was an era where, do you remember one of the loading races was 26 kilo. It was like a pet carrier that you take your dog to the vet.
I remember.
Do you remember? It was like 20 of
Some
them.
of the loading events then were, I mean, they were brutal, but
they were, because they had
not
so
in
many
the best
to load.
way.
And it was like up ramps and stuff like that, wasn't it?
It was. So did they had to load to a certain weight, I guess.
Poor Adrian, he's losing.
He's full going on him.
So that's essentially like a scale, and they're finding out how much. They had to hit a certain weight.
I'm almost mesmerised, but I really don't want to see it again at a big major competition.
It's fun though.
Look, he's not got much left.
No, I know, he ran out.
Oh, he's running out as well.
Yeah, look,
he's doing quite a good job. Look, he's kind of taking it seriously, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to just get it all in.
Yeah, but he literally ran out of gravel.
It's like he's forgotten that it's a race and
he's
just
tired.
Casually going along.
He's had enough of this shit.
I would have. That would have been my thought process entirely.
Now, here's an event you're familiar with.
Thanks for this one.
The 2015 Norse Hammer from the group stages. So, I mean, this shouldn't have happened because they hadn't tested it, had they? They actually made 5 of these Norse hammers, and the idea was it would be just like the Fingal's finger.
Yeah.
But it was way heavier than the Fingal's finger.
Physics, people. You put that extra weight on the end of that pole, that's going to add a lot of weight.
So straight away, they had to reduce it from 5 implements to 3. So this was in the group stages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But only one man, I think, finished all 3. Was it just one? Thor?
Thor managed to do all 3. No one else could.
Who's world class at that type of event.
Yeah.
But no one, it was just such a disaster.
Yeah, we don't want to see this again.
No.
I mean, this for me nearly finished my career off. Yeah, well, that was a pretty rough moment for me.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
you
to.
just upset me with these videos, don't you?
I don't. So this is the most recent one on our list, actually, and I was a bit umming and ahhing about whether or not to put it in because I love the ball pull. Visually, how it looks. I appreciate the incredible equipment that Rogue and the team there make, like the Wheel of Pain.
Rogue have some amazing equipment. I just think sometimes on things like this where it's a dragging on a surface, sometimes testing where you're doing it is important.
Well, and we've since heard things like maybe it got wet and absorbed a load of water because we were having really bad weather, weren't we? Which is why they bought it inside.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to seeing this again.
No.
I just think it just needs a little bit more testing because any kind of pull is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Kiliashkovsky was amazing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he didn't think he was amazing because he went out first on it, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he was just absolutely distraught with himself. He finished it.
And he's one of the best truck pullers around.
Yeah, he finished it in a relatively slow time for him.
It turns out to not be a slow time.
Oh, no, because he was the only one who finished. But it did seem that it was getting harder and harder with each guy. We had shoes flying off with Tom Stoltman. Then, of course, poor Trey Mitchell ruptured his Achilles on it. But great event. It just didn't work as intended, I believe.
No, I think with some modifications, it could come back and be good. It's not necessarily one that I would never want to see again.
No.
I just think it needs some more testing, and then it could be, it could work well.
Just a bit of WD-40 might have done it.
Maybe.
Now we are finishing with the most epic strongman event of all time.
And I can see we're back at pure strength.
We are back at pure strength, and it is the iconic log cut. I love this event so much. Poor Mark Higgins, less so. In fact, the last time we included it on a video, he commented.
We're sorry, Mark.
He's like, 35 years later, I can't forget this damn log cut.
Didn't it break his ribs or something?
Just two.
Just two. So they start off, and it's just a team race to get this log up onto the platform, where they're going to start chopping at it to try and break it in half.
Yeah, so the whole idea was to cut the log in half and then load the two pieces of log at the top of the hill at the end as a team. But it's just one calamity after another, isn't it? Like,
it is.
I'm amazed Bill and OD sort of fluffed the load as bad as they did.
Especially as strong as they are.
Yeah, come on, let's face it.
And the British team here are well ahead at the moment.
Yeah, but they're shit loggers. they
harsh.
Well,
we're not used to chopping logs in the UK.
No, I know. I mean, Bill, didn't he say that he was cutting down trees in his youth as like a lumberjack or something? Yeah. I don't know.
You can see in their faces, they're like, what the hell are we doing?
All right, so
this is the best bit. OD trying to crack it with his body weight, falls down.
And then Mark Higgins, bless him, thought, oh, you know, I might try that. Because
there we go.
There you go.
400 pounds getting through it. Mark Higgins thinks he's going to do the same.
Oh, poor Mark.
Kaz drags it, no problem. We've got OD just dragging it one-handed.
Walking the dog.
Come on, boy. Here we go. The British team now just looking disheartened.
Mark's had enough.
Oh,
there we go. Oh,
that's the ribs gone.
Poor Mark.
Mark, if you're watching,
we're sorry.
It's Liz's fault.
No, it's not. He agreed.
She makes me suffer as well.
He agreed.
Look at him.
Bless his heart and his ribs.
Here we go. Jamie Reeves.
Light jog.
Oh, teamwork there by Bill and OD.
That one's me and you trying to walk our dog.
Hey, look at this. The disgust with this log.
He's like tire flipping it back. Oh, poor Mark.
Do you like those outfits?
I do. Especially the shorts. Sorry.
Right. That's our list, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. It was good fun. Most of those were quite fun to watch. There wasn't too many horrible ones.
Yeah.
Oh, pure strength. My goodness, they had some interesting events there.
We've actually got a whole video dedicated to pure strength, so I'm going to link that as one of the
if you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out, guys. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what we do, don't forget to subscribe. Give us a comment down below. Let us know what was your favourite of these events. Is there any other events you think should never return to Strongman?
So many, to be fair. There's so many I could have included.
Indeed. Let us know your favourites and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.